Good evening, brothers and sisters. Yep, we're back on. Oops, didn't see that. Back on the PC with some stuff, and we can start going over bit by bit some stuff that I've been working on between illness, to be honest with you, between dizziness, vertigo, and it's also going to give me a chance. I love the lives. I won't stop doing live show, call it what you want, because I love meeting with everybody in the community. I need fellowship like everybody else. I can't be on my own. My wife is great company, and my son's away getting educated at the moment into motorsports engineering, which is quite an interesting one. But good born again Christians, both of them, by the way, so they're occupying the time, still talking about their faith to people, which is the main thing we should be doing, to be honest with you. But I wanted to show some things, and I can't do it on the phone. We will be using the phone. We'll be out in the van and wherever we are making videos. But as I say, doing this, being able to record something, gives me a chance to show you things and do it well. I feel well enough to do it. So I'm sure one day it'll go, but I don't know. I've had it since 2015 now. I don't know what it is. Nobody seems to get it. Everybody's been of help, and I love your prayer. I'm sure it's not God's will. I'm sure it's man's probably messing around with the atmosphere. Just a guess. I really don't know. But I want to show you something that I got from a channel. I tried to contact him, Stan, and he just deleted there's no email on his thing, but I did want to use his material more. But I've certainly looked into it, and the book of it, which I think I've showed you of, which is quite unread at the moment, but Earthquake Resurrection, which indicates that there is an earthquake with a resurrection. You'll see it even at the resurrection of Jesus. There was a great earthquake, and you'll see that these line up with earthquakes, which brings us back into the Revelation 12 sign, because I've always said it was such a significant sign. It was there for all to see. Brought me back in 2017. That was when it was first noticed. That's when it happened, September 2013. When the Revelation 12 sign, a sign of the woman with the clothes in the, you know it is. And if you don't know about this sign, then just type in YouTube Revelation 12 sign. It was well documented, and it was amazingly accurate. But it was, how many years ago? 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, coming up 7 years ago. Well, next year it'll be 7 years ago. Now that's significant to me. 7 always is. So what's happening to the sign? Was it a warning, a preempt to what could be happening? God always gives us warnings, as indeed the Bible. If you read the Bible, you'll see it has always been a warning sign about everything he does. You'll see Jesus Christ, there's many prophecies, and they were exactly fulfilled to his death and resurrection. There's other stuff I could land on that, but I think we're getting to the point of Bible teaching, other than the gospel and salvation, is coming to an end. There will be the last part of the Gentiles, I can't think of the words, you know what I mean, the last of the Gentiles. Our time is over, and the significance of Israel will be coming about. But I just want to show you this graph before I lose it and fuses go no my luck. But as you can see, I should be able to see the Revelation timeline. We can see that things are, let me just get the multi-screen up, that's better, I can see myself there. We can see that the Revelation timelines is how it was put. I don't think I just want to say this, it's not really relevant to us. We're gone before this, but we might be going on the, let me just say that, have I got it? Yeah, might be going on the 6th seal, and the Revelation 12 and the Revelation 12 sign come together, which will be next year, guys. If it's 7, it's just a significant thing. I want to tell you, I don't know. This is just what someone else has found. A very unpublished book by David W. Lowe, Earthquake Resurrection. I don't know if you can see that the right way. Yes, Earthquake Resurrection. it's quite a lot of reading. It's in depth, and I've only skimmed some of it. So there's plenty to, but as I said, it really doesn't matter. But it's so confusing. Greater will be our understanding in end times. That's a prophecy. So we need to continue to watch this. But what comes relevant or prevalent is that we're to watch for his soon return. Soon being 2,000 years away when that was written in the 1st century. So we know that we are to watch. So it was always the question, what are we doing this? We should be working. We should be working as well. Although it's not of works. Work being that we spread the gospel. Or doing everything we can. Or the work of God is to believe in the one he sent. Simply believing in the one he sent. Which might contradict the last video I put out, to be honest. So I didn't mean to harm anyone or get anyone. Feathers get rustled. I just want to say about that. It was covered a lot of ground, and it did concern me that I'm not a once saved, always saved in the sense that I'm anti once saved, always saved. I don't want to bring it into the conversation tonight, but I just watched people that pretended. Do they really confess? But anyway, I'm not going to go into that. It's a video that got a lot of keyboard warriors, and they don't affect me anymore. But you're entitled to your opinion, but it's not an opinion, it's about the Bible. You know, we've got to get it right. I know that I'm saved because I've endured. You know, I never trusted anything else. He is my only God, my only King, and Jesus came to die and rise again for me. And I believe that, and that's what brings us safe. But let's look at the graph. Obviously, as we read Revelation, it becomes very confusing in its first sense. It is so confusing because the mystery won't be revealed till the 7th trumpet. It's clear. He says that, and it's clear. So we're reading about what's happening in heaven and what's happening on the earth, for sure. And we're reading what Satan is doing, and also what God is doing or going to do. What Satan is going to do and what is going to do. Now, I haven't written out what's that way. Getting used to all this. What's these timelines? I need to parallel them to get my head around them. But if we put them together, still spanning over 7 years, Daniel's 70th week, it's still the 7 years. It'll always be 7 years. Of which, this might alter it, you see. We've always seen, I don't think it ever says anywhere in any versions I've got, 7-year tribulation. It just says 7 years. So, and then of course the time of wrath. And we've never seen fully, but this might open doors if we see it another way. But it's pure interest is what I'm talking about. It's of pure interest. The bride is not going to be here. But there's going to be people here. And there's going to be people here in this 7 years that are going to go through into the millennium. So there's lots of mysteries and lots of things that look to be certain ways and certain things. But if you see the time of the Gentiles, which is clearly says the time of the Gentiles from chapter 6 to chapter 7, okay, but all Revelation timelines. And we parallel that with, so we've had an event timeline, the Gentiles, which we've got an hour, half hour of silence in heaven we've got to deal with, which it's dealt with, to make these work. God's event line, we see from chapter 8 to chapter 11. This is what God's doing in heaven. And of course, from chapter 12 to chapter 21 is what Satan's letting loose on. Okay? So there's 3 events, if you like, described in the book of Revelation, and we can't doubt that. Although they dare say, well, I'll have to get a typewriter sound so I can push a button and go, because they dare, well. And I don't mind, because I don't know this. I just need to share these things. And it's like my head's been held down underwater, so I can't do these things. So do pray for me, brothers, sisters, to keep me in one piece so I can bring what God wants me to bring to you guys. I'm looking forward to doing this on recordings again. I so enjoy editing. It's very peaceful, very time consuming. I do want to write some more music, or Christian music. I've been waking up in the night with things to write. I hope it's from the Lord. I just want to say that one headline come out, and I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30, and started writing out on the phone things. But really, what it's about is that there's nothing we can do. I think I said it in the last video. There's nothing we can do about the past. But he did it. Jesus did it. It is forgiven. No matter how much you roll over in bed, no matter if you've been involved with anything, even murder, and you've asked for forgiveness, he is true and faithful and will forgive. And then the tempter, that liar, that thief will come in, Satan or his crew, and try to get you back into non-belief. Trust me, Jesus will take on what you ask him to do. He will send you the Holy Spirit. But as you're getting tormented, put on the full armour. Read about it. The more I talk, the less editing I have to do. But I thought I'd just pass that one over as a mid-stride video. I might do a live as well, but I'll save these videos to fill in the gaps so we can have fellowship every day, one way or another, even if it's me talking to you. But trust each other, get to know each other in the comments. Yes, we've got a Discord server, to which is picking up, but we're going to let Jesus do it this time. For me, it was managed by men, badly managed by men. It's a difficult thing to do. It's not a very nice like website, but it has a lot to offer because people can communicate there. And we can also, if we hear a trumpet and the voice of an archangel, we can just type at everyone, I've heard a voice, quick, I'm going to make a video. Anyway, brothers and sisters, all told, I'll put this together and put it out to you. And we'll do this as a, by the way, to occupy the time. But let's not forget 1 Corinthians 15, 1-4. It is about Jesus Christ. If we confess with our mouth that he is Lord, if we believe in our heart that God raised him from the dead, you are saved, regardless of what anyone says. There's a lot of enemy activity going on at the moment. So I'm going to leave you with, may God bless you, keep you, make his face to shine upon you, and be gracious to you this day and always. God bless. You'll know if God's calling you. Good night.